Hey, welcome to this video. And if you arrived here, you're probably looking for or researching the money is in the list. Wondering is that true, right? Is that claim true? Because you hear this a lot in internet marketing. The money's in the list. The money's in the list. You need to build your list. Um, so I'm going to examine that in this video. I would say it's more accurate to say the money is in the relationship you have with your list, right? It's not necessarily about just having some huge list because you could have 10,000 email subscribers, but if you're getting like a 2% open rate, that's a problem, right? You're probably not going to be able to monetize that list very well. So it's all about, a lot of people don't realize, but internet marketing, it is really a people business. It's based on building relationships. A lot of people think they could just hide behind their computer, send a few emails here or send people to some dinky little sales page and they're somehow going to become profitable that way. Well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but this is 2021 and that sort of strategy doesn't cut it anymore. If this was back in or whenever you're watching this video, but if this was back in 2007, yeah, you could have got away with that probably and still made sales. But nowadays, the internet is fairly established. People are getting hammered over the head with different offers every day, and so they're kind of immune to that sort of strategy. So you need to go the extra mile and actually, build a relationship with your email list. So now, how do you do that, right? That's the $1 million question, and that's what I'll be talking about in this video. So there's 6 pillars I came up with this morning that I think are the most important for building a relationship with your email list. And if you implement these, I think your conversions will go up significantly. So the first one is, don't be boring. Now, what does that mean, right? That's kind of vague. So here's some aspects to that. The first one is have an attractive character, what they call it in internet marketing, or some people call it magnetic persona. Same thing. So there's four pieces to this attractive character. The first one is okay. The first one is having a compelling backstory. Because I'm sure you've heard the saying, or maybe you haven't, but facts tell, stories sell. So you want to become a good storyteller. You don't want to just be a human dictionary, right? Just spouting out facts. You want to, tell stories and then slip in value within those stories. So an example of a backstory might be, say you're in the weight loss niche, and then you could say, okay, one day, just be honest with your backstory. Don't never lie, right? But as long as it's truthful. So maybe one day you're running at the beach and you realize, your heart was pumping really fast. You're kind of out of breath and you're kind of heaved over and you thought you were actually going to have a heart attack and you're 100 pounds overweight or whatever. And that's the day you realized you needed to make a change in your life and your bad habits had finally caught up to you. So what did you do? You researched different diets after that day. Maybe you tried the Atkins diet, the starch-based diet, the keto diet, veganism, I don't know, whatever. And nothing you seem to be doing was working for you. So you lose 5 pounds and then quickly put it back on or whatever. Tried running on the treadmill for an hour a day and that wasn't working. So, or walking on the treadmill, whatever. And then you came across some mentor who basically told you, look, it's not about the diet so much and the foods. It's all about, calories in versus calories out or whatever, right? And so you implemented his strategies, and ever since then you've been seeing some amazing results, and you've actually lost 20 pounds in 3 months or whatever, right? So that could be an example of a compelling backstory. It has drama, it has a climax, it has overcoming challenges. And if you have a good backstory, your audience is really going to connect with you. So backstory, the second component to the attractive character is parables, speaking in parables. So one parable I like to use is, because I'm in the internet marketing niche, right? Make money from home. I like to use the bamboo branch as my parable. Now, what do I mean by that? So if you don't know the bamboo branch, for the first few years or so, it actually grows downwards. So you actually don't see any results until after a few years or so. So it's growing downwards, 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 and then eventually it curls up and then it shoots up like something crazy like 30 or 60 feet in like a month or something like that. So you're basically you're spending all this time caring for it, watering it, tilling the ground, all that, but you didn't see the fruits of your labor until later on. And that's kind of the same thing with online business. You're sort of chugging along. You're not making any sales for the first while. Doesn't have to be 3 years, but maybe 12 months, or you're making very sporadic sales. But then all of a sudden, you start getting more consistent. It starts becoming, a sale every week, and then multiple sales a week, and then multiple sales per day, and then your business just kind of shoots up. It's kind of that overnight success. But what people don't realize with overnight successes is that they don't see all the blood, sweat, and tears that happened before that overnight success was achieved. So just speaking in parables is a great way also to connect with your audience. The third pillar is polarity, and that's where just being a polarizing figure. Like, I'm sure you can think of a lot of politicians who would fit this bill. I'm not going to name any names, but so you want people to either love you or hate you. So draw a line in the sand and really stand for something. Because if you try to appeal to everyone, you're not going to appeal to anyone. Your goal with internet marketing is not to sell to the world. It's only to sell to a very specific group of people. You only need a very small slice of that internet pie, and you could still do very well. So an example might be, a lot of internet marketers talk about solo ads, how great they are. But I take it the opposite approach. I say, solo ads are terrible. As long as you're being truthful, like, I really do believe solo ads are terrible. I'm not just saying this just to be polarizing, but, I say it's the lowest quality traffic on the internet. People from solo ads are trained to click, but not to buy. And I really believe that. So I'm being very polarizing. And a lot of people will, not like me for that they'll unsubscribe, or they just won't listen to anything further. But a lot of people will resonate with that because they might have had the same experience. So be very polarizing in your messaging. And also, any attractive character has flaws. So expose your flaws from time to time. So, for example, the example I like to use is Facebook ads, right? A lot of marketers talk about, similar to solo ads, how Facebook ads are the greatest thing since sliced bread. And they can be a quality traffic source, but what I found is I was never able to figure out Facebook ads for whatever reason. I couldn't get on the platform. My account got, I want to be careful, but something bad happened to my account before I even created my first ad, if you can believe it. For whatever reason, they just don't like certain people, I guess. And so it doesn't matter how great Facebook ads supposedly are. If you can't even get on the platform, it's a non-starter, right? So I tell that story, and a lot of people, and then so that you're exposing your flaws a bit. You don't have to be Mr. Perfect. In fact, if you're too perfect, people get a little suspicious, right? So exposing your flaws, whatever those might be. Now, so that's the attractive character. Let's other ways to not be boring is to when you're doing videos, which you should be doing a lot of videos, sending videos to your email list, is talk fast. So I don't do that all the time in my YouTube videos because I do a ton of YouTube videos and I'd basically be out of energy, out of breath constantly. But for my email videos, you'll notice I talk a lot faster than normal, and that's just to keep people engaged, keep the energy up. You actually lose a lot of energy through the camera. It's something like 20%, 10% or something like that. So you need to amp up your energy. Even if you're a low energy person, it doesn't matter. That's not an excuse for the camera. You need to amp up that energy, because if you don't sound excited, how can you expect your audience to become excited, right? So talk fast and amp up that energy. And you'll notice a lot of the top marketers do this. Now, sorry, I want to make sure I'm covering everything here. So different types, just do different types of videos. Well, first of all, different locations. You know, some of my videos I'm inside, other videos I'm out in the backyard, other videos I'm walking. Some videos I'm recording my screen, other videos it's like a face shot. So just kind of try out different locations and different types of videos as well, just to keep things interesting for people. And some of them you can even edit. I don't edit all my videos, but certain ones you might insert sound effects or or images, cartoon images, just to keep people engaged, right? Because people get bored easily, and to some degree, it's not just about educating people. You also want to be entertaining as well, because people are just looking for an escape a lot of the time. But that's the big takeaway is just don't be boring in your emails. Okay, moving along here. Okay, the second component to building a relationship with your list is not just selling all the time. So you wanna do value, 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 sell, value, 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 sell. So only sell 20% of the time, and then the rest just provide value. But you don't want to go the opposite direction and only provide value, because then people are, you're going to attract freebie seekers, and then the one day you do decide to sell, people are going to get angry at you and say, "Hey, what the heck? I thought everything was free." But you need to make money somehow. So somehow it's, if you provided enough value, it's okay to sell some of the time. Just don't be like most marketers and sell constantly, right? Because that'll get really annoying. It's like this concept of jab, 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 right hook. You might have heard that. It's the same thing. So value, value, sell. So have open lines of communication. For example, you might have a Facebook group. Invite people to your free Facebook group who are on your list, and they can get their questions asked there. Facebook groups are great. And or say, hey, message me on Facebook Messenger or Facebook ManyChats, right? Messenger ManyChats is great. Or just email me with your questions. What are you struggling the most with your whatever niche you're in, right? If you're in the golfing niche, what are you struggling with most when it comes to improving your golf swing or whatever, right? Email, and actually respond to your emails. I know that's crazy to think, but a lot of internet marketers actually don't even respond to their emails. So, and I would say within 24 hours is pretty good, and also respond to them, right? So, okay, the fourth component to building a relationship with your list is, be professional. Be professional. You want to make sure when you're doing your videos, the lighting and the sound are good. You don't have any junk in the background. With your pages, whether that's your funnel pages or your website, the color schemes match. They make sense. The font looks right. It's mobile. They're mobile responsive, and that your emails look good too, right? Just from a visual perspective. So, you don't want to, and you don't want a website that looks like it's from the 90s, straight out of the 90s, right? You want something that looks very modern and sleek, and that your photos are actually high definition, right? Good quality, and that's not really these days. Most iPhones take very good quality, high resolution images, so that shouldn't be a problem. Now, this all makes a difference. You might think, oh, I don't have to be professional. I'm just working at home in my pajamas. But the reality is, this will affect your conversions a lot. If people are trying to learn how to make money from home, and you look like you're broke, well, they're going to think in the back of their mind, how is this person supposed to help me? Now, they might not verbalize it. In fact, they probably won't, but that's what they'll be thinking. And so it will affect your conversion. So just try to appear as professional as you can, right? And you don't have to have a huge budget for this. It's just caring enough to actually do the work and look professional. So another thing, don't email every day. I know that's counterintuitive. You would think, oh, wouldn't I want to email every day to get the most bang for my buck? But actually, no. If you do that, people will get sick of you very quickly. So I like to email every second or third day. I think that's perfect. So, well, the first 4 or 5 days, I'll email every day, and then after that, say you take a 2 or 3 day break, and then you could do another 4 to 5 days, or you could just do every second day, like maybe take a 2 day break or 3 day break, and then every second day for a week, and then another 3 day break, and you kind of get the idea. You want to email enough so that people remember who you are, but not so much that it's just overwhelming, and people are getting hammered with different offers, and they're just going to get tired of it and unsubscribe or just stop opening your emails, and that's the problem. So don't email every day, and you want to email long enough. I like to build out my autoresponder to about 3 months, and 3 months of content, and then broadcast, every, 2 to 4 days after that. So, because if you build it too short, like it's only a week long, that doesn't give people enough time to buy. Some people will buy right away. There'll be those eager buyers, but for the most part, it takes people a bit longer to actually whip out their credit card and buy from you. So don't email every day, and build your email sequence out long enough that it gives people time. Lastly, you want to test. Because the reality is, none of us have a crystal ball. You don't necessarily know what's going to work ahead of time. So the only way to get those metrics up is to test, right? So test your headlines, if your open rate is bad, test your headlines. If your click-through rate is bad, your email copy, right? Headlines, email copy. You might have to reshoot some of your videos, especially the first few videos, like the first 4 email videos or so. Those are really important to establish that initial relationship. And a lot of the email autoresponders nowadays, you can easily split test different emails against one another, so which is great. Now, sorry, I'm just looking. I want to make sure I cover everything here. So that's basically it. So I hope you I hope you found this video illuminating. Not a lot of people talk about this stuff, but it does make a difference. And because the average conversion rate, I don't know if you know this, but in my industry, which is affiliate marketing, the average conversion rate, that means the percentage of leads that turn into sales, is only 0.5 to 1%, which is terrible if you think about it. So if you're selling a product where you're getting, even if you're getting $100 commission, that's really terrible. And say you're getting, 50 leads a day. Well, you're not really making that much money, and you're converting at 1%. You're only making like 18,000 something, 500. Something like that. It's something ridiculously low numbers. So you're not even making a full-time income, even if you're generating 50 leads a day, which is really great. So you want to get that conversion rate up to, at least 3%, right? I mean, it depends on the price point of the products you're selling, right? And what industry you're in. But generally, anything between if you get it to 5%, that you're doing awesome. That should be your ultimate goal, is 5%. But 3% is okay. If you're selling a $100 product, it's not bad. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to learn more, because this is just the tip of the iceberg here, but if you'd like to learn more about email marketing, affiliate marketing, selling digital products online, what I suggest is check out that link below. You'll get access to, well, first of all, you'll see my email opt-in page. So just enter your best email, and I can send you a free workshop that'll just give you the entire blueprint, and you can take it and run with it. You'll be learning how to, pick great products to promote, how to build out your simple sales process, obviously how to communicate with your email list, how to monetize your list, and how to generate leads from a variety of different sources, right? So that's basically all I had to say. I hope you enjoyed this video on, clearly the money is not in the list. There's a little more to it than that. So So I hope to see you on the other side of that link, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.